Invitational. You are joining us in the grand finals here between OpTic and VGJ.Thunder, and it is tied 1-1. We'll find out who takes the cake later on. We have at least a couple more games to go, and this is a fun series, Winter. These teams are matched really well.
Best of 3 right now. Time to go back to the drawing board. Probably no Weaver. Weaver seems like a really underwhelming hero. This is the second time we've seen it today. First time by Mr. Jackie Mao, who's a big fan of the hero. Always plays the hero. And if he can't make it work and StarLadder fails again here, it means the hero. And they didn't even play that bad.
ROTK felt it. Remember, don't put this on StarLadder.
He plays the hero. He played the hero. He probably suggested the hero. Who knows?
And I mean, he made some decisions, like he went for the XP gain talent instead of the mana break talent, and he ended up building a diffusal regardless. So it's a hero that isn't seeing very much competitive exposure, and I think there's a reason why. And the same thing with the Shadow Fiend. I'm still not sold on the Shadow Fiend. We've seen it a lot during this tournament, and you go spellcaster build, you go physical damage build. Ultimately, it seems that the game is going to hit past 40 minutes, and Shadow Fiend's going to feel anemic at that stage.
Well, the games, they don't have to reach 40 minutes. I know that these teams think differently.
Prove it to me.
Another 50-minute game incoming, please.
A previous game was actually, I think, 31 minutes or something like that.
Yeah, well,
wasn't it like 40?
No, it was longer than 30, I think. 30.
Yeah, it was about 40 minutes, not 40 games. Okay, 40 minutes.
But still not as long as some other games we've seen before.
Yeah, but I'm quite surprised though, with the games going longer, why is there no Alchemist? Long games means good for Alchemist.
Because the teams are not anticipating that the game will go as long as it does. They don't want to make it go as long as it does. We've seen a lot of fights around the Roche pit, and very often the team that manages to take the Roche is also the one that gets ahead and therefore can siege high ground, which seems to be a bottleneck, even more so than normal.
Night Stalker, is this some Kotal
That's
incoming?
a Night Stalker ban.
That's a very early Night Stalker ban. That's strange.
I mean, Fade did pretty good on it in game 1.
I wonder if we're going to see an Earthshaker again.
I don't know. You said 0% win rate. 0% win rate is the only thing I need to know. I'm not going to think about what actually happened in the game.
He did so well, though.
I see 0% win rate.
0%
win rate. Yeah. Shaker, surprisingly effective, though that ultimate, in terms of damage dealing, Winter, as you were saying later on, it's not the force to be reckoned with that used to be at insta-gibbing whoever is.
Shaker.
Yeah.
He did he did a really good job. So
yeah.
Okay.
Can't wait for another game of amazing features, amazing echo slams.
I mean, it makes the initiation something that we've seen a lot of teams struggle with. Makes the initiation so much easier.
Yeah, but it doesn't make sieging high ground that much easier.
He doesn't bring damage to the table as well. So you need the other heroes to fill in those blanks.
They don't have to worry about a brute pick. Something that VGJ.Thunder have struggled with in the past.
I mean, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if 33 is still okay with it, because he plans on winning the game with a Brood in like 30 minutes before Shaker can really even get that like Blink Dagger online.
All right, so we got a Shaker and a Tusk. Both heroes fulfilling about the same role. One a little bit more team fight than the other. What hero did we want to pair up with it? Previously, we had Death Prophet and Razor as combos with these two heroes.
You don't really want to put DP here because of AA.
Yeah, they didn't ban out AA this time. They respect ban 33's Visage. Bounty Hunter has been consistently banned out.
If they pick, I think if they pick Underlord, OpTic will pick the Razor. So they just go back for the Lion. So
it's a safe pick for DVC.
Is this the third game of Lion?
Yes, it is.
Lion all day long.
Why not? If it works. I mean, it worked one game.
Okay, fine. The last game wasn't his fault. You know, it's more of the Weaver, the hero being
I don't know.
Very
he
limited.
died, and then it all started going downhill.
That is the player's fault, not the hero's fault.
I am a big believer in correlation equals causation.
Okay.
No, Nahaz would be frothing at the mouth if he heard me say that.
You're just doing that to tilt the old man.
Hey, he's not that old.
Looks are deceiving.
You're kind of an old soul, Winter, I feel. That term is
I would say yes.
Yeah.
All right. OpTic, will they go for their 5 position as well? No, they will not. They will secure themselves a Dragon Knight.
They're confiscating good picks from CCNC.
Yeah.
He had the chance in game 1. blew it.
Well,
He
it means
blew it.
that we'll probably see a troll ban as well.
Haha, ban
Was that a
AA.
Thunder?
Ban AA. OpTic is like, you want DP? Sure. But they ban the Raze out first. Won't be surprised if DP gets removed next, because VGJ.Thunder has the next pick selection.
Still have PPD's Rubik available.
Rubik doesn't feel like a hero that...
I mean, when there's a lion on the enemy team.
Ooh, that's a Veno ban, perhaps.
Yeah, maybe.
They're hovering over it. We did see the Venomancer successful in the first game.
Yep.
Yeah, and banned out in the second game.
Despite losing.
I think they played really well because 33 plays the hero too, so it's kind of like a flexi pick for them. And like I said, it's very important right now in the meta to have the hero that carries all the team items. You have the pipe, the mag, the crimson guard, whatever the team needs. And he's like a really good hero in the lane.
I'm surprised that he hasn't been given Tide like very much recently, because he used to be very, very big on
Tide,
Tide.
because the problem with Tide is the cooldown. Like he can't really fight all the time. That's why teams have been shying away from him. We did see Tide being picked like as a replacement to Underlord doing DAC in a few games.
Right.
But he doesn't feel as strong as those picks. Whoa, they actually didn't ban DP?
They did not. They went for the
So
OD
what is the
instead.
plan? I'm sure they're going to have a good plan for this. Yeah,
They have to. This
they
was an obvious pick. They have to have something in mind. They can't go for the Visage again. That was first ban. Not surprising.
Could go for a Broodmother now.
Not yet.
Would you still go for a Brood even if you're against an Shaker?
I really don't mind against the Shaker matchup that much,
No?
because like a lot of the times you're not even near your spiders.
It's the early game. You're gonna ruin. You're gonna ruin the early
You
game.
gotta beat Broodmother in the laning phase, and Shaker does absolutely nothing. In fact, Fissure's more of a liability because Broodmother can just path over it.
But Brood seems like tempting though. If Thunder picks like a weaker, another core that doesn't lane well against Brood, and you know you're not gonna get it like a last pick thing anymore. Thunder is never gonna let that happen. So we'll see whether Thunder's next core is susceptible to the Brood pressure. But the Cotter here, being picked up by...
Like you suspected because of the Night Stalker ban.
Mm-hmm.
Being picked up by OpTic here, so they might consider like some maybe Cotter, Beastmaster, some like really strong dual lane to pressure the Thunder's safe lane. So it makes it very hard for like the carries to farm. Is that Lifestealer? Lifestealer probably one of the better ones to survive the lane.
Wait, is this a PPD Cottle?
No,
right?
it's going to be a Zycottle, I'm pretty sure.
Is it a PPD Tusk?
That's what I'm thinking.
Alright.
I would want Cotter to have more farm.
Right.
I would, yeah, that's true, because I want him to get an axe, get that vision up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was in Game 3 versus their Fnatic series that they went for the
Baden.
Zycottle.
You like a Baden?
Not bad. You have a save for DP. That's what you generally like to have when you have this hero that wants to go in first.
The hero that builds all the team items.
Yeah, the team items, and you can remove, I mean, you can debuff the stun from DK, the mana leak from Kotl.
Assuming he doesn't go Radiance.
I mean, you can go Radiance if you're fat, if you're farm.
Right.
Helm into Radiance.
But a lot of Abaddons feel like they beat their head against the wall to complete a Radiance when...
Ooh, it's
that's,
true.
That's what I'm saying. Like, the Brood is really tempting, and you know you're never going to get it at the last pick.
Right.
So you just take a gamble, pick it now.
Alright, so they have one pick to prepare for this Brood. How do you deal with Brood early in the lane? You
It's gonna
gotta beat her in the lane, right?
It's either a Sylar or a Freeze Hero, because Death Prophet can flex.
Oh, this is tough.
Gyrocopter's available, but again,
Gyro's
not that great.
awful at the start.
Yeah. It's all about the
like
laning phase.
You need like some like tight...
Bristleback.
Bristleback's okay. Like some tight hero, tight Underlord. But the thing is, like, if you do like the tight Underlord kind of hero, then the Abaddon has to buy like Radiance to sort of fulfill the fact that you don't have a carry. But the thing is, like, against Brood, you just need to survive. If you can survive the laning phase, you get past that stage, and you sort of like just need to control the first rush, and after that Brood will start to fall off. It's about surviving the early game. If you can do that against Brood, you'll be fine.
Could do Timber Saw.
Timber Saw's okay against Brood, and there's a DK.
Is there no carry hero that can deal with the Brood?
Well, it would be a core Timber Saw, so like you'd give it to...
I think what she meant was like a
like
carry
a,
hero,
like a right-click carry.
Yeah, right click.
The list is very short. It's pretty much just Bristleback. It's the only one that I ever feel confident in.
And I wouldn't count that as a carry.
Right.
I think Timbersaws not bad. The mana leak is gonna be annoying, but you have a better.
Aphotic shield.
Yeah, then you can just build a Lotus. I could see it working. It's not bad. Because they will have like a front line. They will have pure damage. They will have physical damage. Then Abaddon goes Radiance.
Yeah.
I think that I see a nice balance of damage across their lineup.
Also, as weird as it sounds, I've gotten bopped as Broodmother in a Storm Spirit matchup before, and they have minimal catch on the side of OpTic Gaming. But that may just be because I'm bad at Broodmother.
The couples making fun of the single people. That's not me. People there.
Yeah, I see the ring on your finger.
I did not make fun of you. Come on. Give me a break. So for OpTic, guys, they're looking for... Piker can play the DK. It might be like a CCNC.
They pretty much always send Brood mid, though. And I don't know if CCNC will be keen to...
that's what they do. They switch the lanes, though. Like
right.
just put CCC in off lane with some other hero.
And it's a troll.
So
CCNC
DK.
is DK. Offlane DK.
Yep.
Safe lane troll, mid Brood.
Mm-hmm.
Can you
Not
afford...
bad.
So maybe it is a PPD coddle, because can you afford to have a greedy coddle when you have a Broodmother on your team?
Yeah, hard to say though. I think they both play the hero. I remember watching PPD play Coddle before, like in pubs, in other official games. I'm sure he can. It's about which hero you feel like you can give more resource. But when I look at the 3 cores, you're probably not gonna have any resource for the supports.
Yeah.
Troll, Brood,
Exactly.
DK.
Every single jungle creep is going to be claimed.
Oh, this is tough, man.
Yeah, they're burning through reserve time. ROTK is really running through the roster right now. You got 5 seconds left. I think Timber's okay, but...
It will be a puck instead.
Oh man, this is not the pick, I don't think.
That is a freeze puck.
It's
That
a
means-
free puck for this Broodmother, am I
Okay,
right?
Abaddon has to buy Radiance. There is no other way.
That's a lot of gold, Winter.
Yeah, it is a Siler Abaddon.
So they have this kind of like heavy team fight. Park Earthshaker DP. So they have team fight. They have wave clear.
Yeah.
They don't really have a lot of carry because of how their lineups work. But they can compensate by making Abaddon just buy Radiance. You are the boss.
And fight.
Yeah. I mean, farm first. You have to
Farm
farm.
first, but...
Farm first, fight later. He has to farm a lot this game.
Alright.
But
Are
I
they gonna
feel,
do it?
But I feel like the Broodmother is like, oh my god. Oh,
Good
wow.
Brood game? You
Yeah,
go
it's,
for Brood?
it's a good Brood game, and they have Troll, and they have like DK, they have like Cash, they have good late game. So I think OpTic has this. They call them off guard with the fourth big Broodmother.
Tsunami?
Normally, I'm not a big fan of anything but 9th or 10th pick Broodmother, but for some reason, I guess ROTK felt it not necessary to hard counter the Brood, which is usually the approach that we see. I'm gonna go OpTic and 33's Broodmother.
You know, both, like, I think most of the predictions, the one that I picked loses, so I don't want to jinx it. Meaning I won't be doing a prediction right now. Don't want to jinx any team.
Thanks, Shiva.
It is over
Thank
to
you.
Lyrical and God to hear what I have to say.
Thank you so much, Sheever. We got predictions. It's all coming up OpTic, apparently. The Broodmother, it's a pretty freaking good hero. Not a lot of reserve time left when they pick that puck. And you said yourself that it's going to be a Yang Death Prophet as well.
Unless they swap something in the last few seconds. No, they have swapped. Yang is back on Abaddon.
Okay, so they're switching it up.
That was a bit of a surprise. I was like, are they doing, like, carry Abaddon? Like, that doesn't sound too great. Puck as a last pick against Brood also doesn't sound amazing. Not a bad hero versus Brood, but definitely not a good hero versus Brood. The game plan when you see that Brood pick is almost always, if you have a pick left, counter the Brood. Get that hero that beats Brood or it does not get overrun. The Timbersaw that Winter mentioned, I kind of like the Sven. I think that's a carry that actually deals very well with the Brood. I have flashbacks to a game where Mushi played Sven mid and just crushed the Brood. I think there were options that they could have gone for as Brood counters, but I think they also felt like, you know, we picked this Abaddon, that's our offlane, and most of those Brood counters come out of the offlane, so they didn't want to get another kind of 3 position.
Yeah, and this is a hero that at least if you can manage to get through that initial phase of just, you know, the monstrosity that is a Broodmother.
He's dancing mid. Oh, can't see that on the camera, but he just goes mid, shows himself at the tower, and does his little taunt.
Nice. The classic, getting their heads right at the start. But yeah, it feels like this is a hero that at least it's going to give them team fight options. And that's something that VGJ.Thunder kind of has in spades.
Yeah, They love to get big team fight drafts, particularly around the Death Prophet drafts that they do. We'll see Sylar on Death Prophet, which was what I think most of us wanted to see last game for VGJ.Thunder. He seems to just do better when he's on kind of those more tempo heroes. The Weaver, not a bad look from Sylar. He played pretty well. It was just kind of limited in what he could do. So we'll see if he has better luck with his team putting him on Death Prophet.
Heading down here to the bottom lane with Mr. DDC. They are going to be able to zone out those heroes. And in the meantime, it's also going to be a rune picked up as Pycat isolated. They've already used Fissure, though, so he should be fine.
Yep. Not hiding the fact that Brood's made OpTic just drop a web, and Brood's just like, I'm coming mid, who wants some? It's not really one of those games where you've got a Brood. If you pick a Brood counter, you have to make sure you try and get that lane matchup, which is maybe where Thunder just said, let's just pick a hero that is not going to force Brood to swap lanes, so we can just have like maybe a more even-ish mid matchup. And we'll see how things go there as a result.
Yeah, you can see here as well, VGJ.Thunder going to get the creep pull. That's always what we see. And bottom lane, Breathe Fire, as well as eventually some Chakra Magic. But right now it's Illuminates and right clicks from Zai. This is a tough old lane for VGJ.Thunder.
They're trailing. They know Death Prophet. You know, this is not a strong laning hero, particularly when you're sharing experience. And if this lane never pushes out, it feels like Sylar is just maybe a free kill for them. So PPD is lurking around this bottom lane. Both supports are just giving Pycat a straight up 1v1 up top, which is going to suit him just fine, assuming it stays that way, which it may not. But even an Earthshaker, not a super scary roaming hero. An Earthshaker comes to your lane, the Fissure block can be dangerous, but that's really about all he's got.
Yeah, no, actually able to get the ward. They wrap around here on a DDC, and they will TP away from those shards.
This is my favorite against Earthshaker Tusk. Oh, let's just TP a couple feet.
Absolutely. Well,
Fissure block?
speaking of which, Pycat, see you later.
Maybe a couple meters there, but you know, he's right back in the lane. Does put your TP on cooldown. That's where if you die right after doing that, you're in kind of a terrible spot, as you do not want to have to walk back to lane.
Yeah. Well, on 3-3 so far, does have about even CS with the puck. So when people talk about Brood counters, it's often like being able to deal with the spiders. What is it that you have to worry about in this one as 3-3?
He's going in. He brings in a little spider ice.
That's Orb used. Freeze in a ton of trouble. That's first blood drawn by 3-3.
Tsunami said, freeze. A bit free in this mid lane as 33. No, he's a Brood player. He has his Spiderlings and Spiderites split up. He doesn't bring the little baby spiders into lane until the nukes have been used. The second Puck used those nukes, he pulls in the rest of the spiders, dives the tower, and Puck just had no right diving in, jaunting like that. I'm not sure what he was thinking, whether it was a misplay. If the Brood pick has just gotten into VGJ's heads, they're having flashbacks to what it's done to them before, because that is not what he was hoping to achieve there.
And you know, you talk about Spiderites or things. When I see this hero, I didn't even realize for a long time that they had different HP values. But yeah, those ones significantly less tanky and able to get them away from there and still do a ridiculous amount of damage. A little bit of a pause here as I'm trying to figure out what needs to happen next. I don't know, as far as like lane switch-ups or anything like that, is there anything that you can do as VGJ.Thunder?
And you pick the Puck to lane against the Brood. That hero is not being swapped around. Side lanes look okay. Like Yang is having a good time up top. He's putting a decent amount of pressure onto Pycat, so you're pretty happy with how top's going. I think you're looking more at the Shaker roaming around. He may have to come mid, possibly for a gank, although not really sure the Puck has the damage. He's not getting any points in the phase shift here. He's just looking to nuke down Spiderlings with the help of a Fissure. He definitely can. I say that. He's used his spells aggressively once again. He needs to be careful mid.
Top lane, they get the kill onto Yang as well. Just shards, easy peasy. And Sylar taking some right clicks here as well. DDC is going to interrupt any extra action coming their way from OpTic. And meanwhile, again, it's just the constant spam of mana. He's already got a lot of regen from his passive. Yep. CCNC happy as a clam.
Yeah. I think from kind of glancing over at mid lane, the idea with dealing with the Brood is that you've got a Fissure to set up Puck spells. Fissure doesn't kill the spiders, but it sets up the Puck nukes, and normally the problem is Puck can't kill the spiders because they're too fast. You can't throw your nuke, he's going to dodge it, but with a Fissure it kind of guarantees that you can land your spells.
Yang Aphotic Shield means it takes off the slow coming from those Whirling Axes, and Well, he backs away again. DDC has found Zai off to the side. Fade moving in as well. Mid lane, they were diving there for the puck. He manages to escape, but back bottom, they are still chasing, and it looks like Zai will escape.
So then, that's kind of bad news for the puck. He's going to be pushed back to lane, and Brood just said, well, time to take over your side of the map. He's behind the tower, creep skipping. He wants to probably, once he has a few more points in web, set up those webs to access the jungle camps as well. Definitely a tough lane, and 33 is just going to get further and further ahead.
Yeah, you take a look at all of the CS across the board, and it is pretty much into the favor of OpTic. It is, you know, the puck that's up on top with 33, but I think some of those are spiders as he actually jaunts back. There is a web over there, but 33 not able to get close enough.
Yeah, he hasn't connected the webs. That was, I guess, an earlier one that he used and replanted new webs, which he doesn't want to replace right now on the Radiant side of the river. That's where he really wants to move his webs. This web back by his tower is kind of a lost cause.
Yang, level 4, so obviously no ulti. Slowed down, a Photic shield, not enough mana. Does have a mango, but it's still on cooldown, and he is going to die yet again. Pycat beats him down.
Yeah, 2 deaths up there. The rotation from the PPD support Tusk. Just seeing PPD become a very active support player. Last game on the Rubik. Now he's showing what he can do on the Tusk as well. And things looking very good for OpTic here. Already a 2,000 plus gold lead here just 5 minutes in.
Yeah, and you can see as well that the puck trying to do whatever it possibly can on Freeze to deal with this. They have the nukes maxed out, but it's still not enough to kill off those spiders, and 3-3 just diving, and there is not really a great answer, although they do have a rotation coming in from the line as well as the Earthshaker. They missed the fissure, the turnaround. They're trying to take this guy down. The Hex is going to be there, but the spiders can turn now on to Freeze. 3-3 going to fall, but might find the kill and turn. If they can manage to chase down this puck, the silence, it's going to be there. Is enough damage to get the kill. They do feed away some spiders, but still, they get something in return.
He's let him down a bit there with that fissure missing. Unfortunate. And I think 3-3 finally realized, like, this guy doesn't have phase shift. He's just been throwing out his nukes, maximizing his damage output. And without the phase shift, it means you can actually use that spawn spiderling's nuke aggressively to go for that kill on puck. And dives a bit too far, underestimating just how tanky and hard to kill that puck was going to be.
Definitely. He is going to pick up an Arcane Rune now, but Broodmother back into the lane as well. Still hasn't been able to do a ton of damage yet to that mid tower, rather take it down yet. But it looks like 3-3 is going to be going for the Medallion build, possibly into an early Roche.
It feels like they've controlled the Brood enough. We haven't seen Brood run over the lane just yet. Bottom lane.
Yeah, they have found CCNC, and all the magic damage in the world from that very aggressive build on Freeze means they can kill him.
The Arcane Rune giving him the short cooldown so he can go right back to this mid lane. And yeah, Brood's not completely snowballing. This like level 6-7 Brood is often something that just gets completely out of control. They even have the Abaddon, who's a Photic shield now, level 3. They feel is high enough level that he can go mid to get some experience. Puck's not even feeling the need to necessarily immediately go back to the mid lane, although as Brood dives, he may have to.
Yeah, there's a lot of damage, but the shield's going to pop. He's able to dodge away from the nuke. The silence is going to be there as well, and 3-3. Be careful as they've rotated in the Shaker as well, trying to dodge away. He's sort of pump faking away, and his spiders actually live through this. And meanwhile, bottom lane, they end up finding a big kill there onto Zai as the Exorcism was popped. 3-3 able to dodge away from the gank, but they will kill off another. So DDC goes down, 1 for 1.
Yeah, Sylar doesn't really have the levels as a safe laner. Can't use any more Spirit Siphons, but he does get the initial kill, and it was the 1 for 1. Fade finding it very difficult to land fissures. It's such a long wind-up to cast the spell that you often have to cancel it. Brood so fast in those webs with his Spiderlings that he's able to just guarantee that he didn't lose his Spiderling armor. He was going for the spiders more than the actual hero there. I think he just wanted to set the puck up to nuke them down once again.
And back again towards mid. This entire time it's been done with just the spider. Now they bring in the Tusk, and Yang fully encapsulated in a fissure, as well as the shards, and they're chasing forward for more. Realize that they can't really do it. Coil snaps, and that's a dead Brood.
Yep. Yeah, this Brood pick is not proving to be the unstoppable problem that perhaps some of us thought it would be, but...
Oh, good snowball there. And Freeze. Shards, they connect. The spiders, oh, he's getting punched! He's starting to fall down low, but the shield might be enough to keep him alive. And in fact, these couple of spiders right here, he dodges away from the enchant totem. They get him the kill right there as well with the Coddle Blast. Zai from a million miles away.
Yeah. And that's the scary thing, I think, right now with where OpTic's draft is at, is that it's actually not all about the Brood. You know, they had that last Brood game where it was. That Brood ran over mid lane, solo carried the game. This time around, it's Troll, it's DK. They're top 2 in the net worth chart. Brood's been the sole focus of VGJ's rotations, and this has led to DK and Troll having a very free time. They've had more or less free farm in their respective lanes, and both of those two heroes are pressuring their tower. Both of them almost taking a T1 tower in the side lanes.
Really impressive stuff. The ultimate in space created. And VGJ, they do get found again here. The Illuminate Blast. Yang trying to back away. CCNC still pressuring. They also have the Snowball over there and have been able to find DDC's Lion, who's stuck, again, caught by OpTic, and they will find the support kill.
Yep. Even the kill for CCNC's Dragon Knight, who continues to do well in this off lane, and will go back in for this tower with the corrosive damage. Should see this tier 1 tower be the first to fall. Lycat's Troll with heroes coming back to the top lane, unable to take his, but he's got a Demon Edge already. He's looking for that fast Battle Fury this game, feeling like the space the Brood's creating is, you know, enough to get away with a greedy build, and it sure feels like it. He's almost level 10. He's been solo, so tons of experience, not just farm, going his way.
And there's a giant spider army that we have on 3-3 as well, as it looks like VGJ is going to try and rotate towards the top, see if they can find the punish onto that Troll Warlord, who is over by his shrine in mid. They're down bottom. CCNC just going to pressure again until somebody comes and contests him. And in fact, Abba was in some trouble, doesn't have his ultimate up, and he's going to get snowballed and, well, almost killed. DDC with the rotation, though, makes that work, and they get Yang out.
DDC, what great play from him.
Oh, PPD.
CCNC.
They're looking. There's a TP away attempted, and they are going to fall, it looks like. Meanwhile, top lane, they get the Exorcism kill onto PyCat as well.
PPD just gave him his TPs. He's like, I'm dying, you're in the trees, you have no TP. Like, I think Quinn's just like, I have no TP, I'm screwed,
Yeah.
and PPD to the rescue. What a selfless support player.
What a guy.
We'll get his buddy Quinn out of there, but elsewhere on the map, VGJ are taking the top tier 1 tower. They did get the Troll kill. That's what they kind of head up there to do, and getting that kill plus a tower is an extra freebie for them, which is going to shut down that top farmer. They had probably seen that Demon Edge for quite some time and must have been on their mind that, you know, this Brood, he's not going to carry this game like he did the last one. The Troll is the hero to worry about, so they're going to be a bit reassured with that kill.
And OpTic here, they're going to push again. They did just see the Abba ulti pop on a creep camp, as they do have a ward in this area. So VGJ, they might be anticipating something different, but nonetheless, it is going to be another Illuminate Blast. Towers being pressured all over the freaking map as Brood took that tier 1 mid.
Yep.
And now the wraparound coming again as they have eyes on PPD, tries to get the block off, but there's a bigger block off coming from that Earthshaker. And PPD just has to sit there, accept his fate. Snowball, run away. But yeah, they force out another Spirit Siphon at least.
Yep. Radiant Ward saw him coming up, so taking advantage of their vision here, perhaps tells Peter that there is a ward around that area, but as it was, that ward was getting about close to expiry anyway, so things are going to sail down here as OpTic maintain a very strong lead across the 3 cores out of the laning stage. 5k gold lead at 12 minutes. Very decent for them.
And Battle Fury done for the Troll Warlord. And the Helm of the Dominator also done for the Broodmother, which we've seen time and again be just an incredibly potent pickup for all of that attack speed.
Yeah, right now OpTic's just using the map a lot better. They're farming their entire jungle on the right side and left side. They're farming the entire bottom bit of the map. They're farming mid when it comes to their tier 1 tower. It just feels like they're getting a lot more access to the resources available to them, while Thunder kind of playing more reactionary, which they're kind of fed up with. They're going to smoke up and say, look, we got that kill top, that was nice with the tower, but we need more. We want some bigger fish to fry.
Finger of Death available for DDC as they drop down a ward in the jungle. The wraparound coming. They find themselves a Zai. He's gone. It happens in an instant.
It's painful. Yeah. Wasn't the perhaps big core they wanted, but it's still a farming 4, and also I think the tower they wanted, and it will be a core.
Yeah, CCNC jumped on here as well. They get the Exorcism out, and that's popped for the tower and more.
Yeah, that was poor positioning from DK. You just saw the Coddle go down behind the tower to those exact heroes, and the fact he sticks around to get initiate on there is a bit silly and unnecessary of him. They should just let the tower go down, farm the sides of the map, give Pycat some space to take this tier 1 tower as he's going to do. I say that as it gets glyphed, he may go back in for it, but also may feel a bit unsafe doing so. Dying there was definitely in vain.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what OpTic decide to do next as they're hanging around on the map. But VGJ.Thunder, it feels like they've got some momentum underneath them for the first time in a while in this game. What do they do at this point now?
Get Shaker's Blink, go for another move when you've got Exorcism again, and keep finding these picks. If you can.
He's pretty quick. He's a fast little guy. 19 HP and a point booster saves his life. While Pycat kills off Sylar.
That's a Troll plus Tusk kill. Looks like in the top lane. No Exorcism and Death Prophet unable to get away from that one.
Yeah. Well, looks like Snowball Bash and then a big old punch to the face. I guess that's all it takes.
Yeah, but what they're looking to do is play fast tempo. Every Exorcism they want to go and take a team fight, try smoke if they can, or go for a pick into a push. Take Roshan fairly early. They've taken 2 of the 3 outer towers, but they took the 2 tier 1s that are closest to Roche. So they're in a pretty decent place to take control of the map around the Roche pit and perhaps even set themselves up for securing that pretty early on. Abaddon's gone for a very team-oriented build with the fast medallion, which also helps them take Roche faster.
Definitely.
So I think we will see Thunder just continue to play fast-paced Dota. Their lineup does not scale. Death Prophet, Puck, this is not a late-game draft of theirs. Abaddon can go for a Radiance to kind of make up for their limited late game, but they ideally want to be having the better mid-game, and they're going to go straight into another smoke here.
Yeah, this is really big. Blink Dagger on both the Earthshaker as well as the Puck, although Abba not with the rest of his team right now. Not sure if it's going to end up mattering as the Broodmother going now onto Sylar. They pop the pipe as well, turning to try and take that fight. And in the Dream Coil, it's going to be caught over there to the side. They haven't been able to find that kill onto PPD. Instead, they take down the DP and now chasing forward for more Freeze. Wants to get out of there, but the Echo Slam to turn it around. It's so much damage. Oh my God, Fade made a $1.50 and now trying to take down more. Zai hiding off in the trees. They're trying to take down that Puck and they will finally kill him. Fade also eventually falls. So they do take down a couple, but likewise, OpTic striking back and DDC trying to run. CCNC, can he get into range?
Should have the chase if he wants to pop another drums. Even without it, he's a bit faster.
Yeah, Zai chasing this one out as well, but blocking the Earth Spike onto 2, and okay, DDC's just going to walk away.
No, Pale will save his life as they back off there. What an Echo Slam, but some costly misplays there as the Puck went for the Dream Call initiation and completely missed it on the Troll. He had vision with the ward and it got de-warded, and he just assumed the Troll ran to the north. I think he saw him run off that direction, but he changed path after he was in fog, and as a result, he blinked in, coiled nothing at all. Troll was the target there. He's in this place where he's got this Battle Fury Yasha. He's very squishy. They catch him in a coil, he's going to get blown up by the Veil nukes. But instead, they just kind of dived in, didn't kill him off, and elsewhere, the Brood was solo killing this Death Prophet who really needs a way to get away from this Brood. You can't kill the Spiderlings anymore because there's a pipe on 33's Brood, so he's able to pipe them all up. This great green piped up mess just chasing after you, and it was a sad, sad Death Prophet who got chased down. He's even got a Shadow Blade queued up on Death Prophet, who's dying in bottom lane as well.
Oh, Pycat.
Snowball in and easy kill.
It just happens just like that in less than a second, it feels like. And Sylar keeps on going down there. Yang
shouldn't be alone like that at this stage.
I mean, at this point, also Freeze. Well, they turn now onto Yang. The Spider's low after that initial pipe in the fissure might have been enough, but wasn't quite there.
The fact he can send those Spiderlings in, knowing they're not going to get blown up immediately by a couple of nukes with the pipe, is really good for 33 to know. Even has the health regen on them that when they get nuked, they quickly heal back up.
It's kind of interesting how quickly that Earthshaker got some more money on top of his Blink Dagger. Like, that was the first initial jump, and he's getting there. He has a full Staff of Wizard. Wizardry up there. Well, jump forward, coil, on to poor old Mr. BPD, who's going to fall yet again. It's coil used, though. Maybe into Roche?
let's say, not the biggest kill in itself, but if we can set something up like Roche, that's great for them. StarLadder was kind of top. He needs to just play around his team. He's back in the mid lane, joining up with them, and we'll throw Exorcism to claim Roche. We'll see if OpTic, probably unlikely to contest this one. More likely we see them perhaps fight with Exorcism down. They can go for that like post-Roshan fight.
They did just get Caudalags up and online, which means you can kind of see it, but it's still tough. Maybe they can go for a snipe or something.
DK has a blink. It doesn't feel necessary. I think you can just give this one up.
Oh, blinding light out.
Tried to push him around, but yeah. Pycat's bottom. He's probably telling his team, until I BKB, we just don't team fight. That really has to be the call. If you're the most farm carry on your team, similar farm to the Brood, but it really is the Troll who's going to be the late game carry of this team. So until he is BKB, I don't think OpTic want to force any team fights. They're well ahead in terms of overall farm right now. This Aegis isn't necessarily going to cause them too many problems.
Yeah, definitely. 7,000 net worth lead, like you were talking about, very much ahead. And normally they talk about Broodmother being a hero that falls off, but it feels like in this lineup, it's much more about that Troll Warlord having that Battle Fury and eventually going to scale.
Yeah, he's going to just be able to accelerate his farm. He's slightly ahead of Brood. The fact he can keep up with a Brood is a testament to what this Battle Fury does, since Brood just farms all over the place with Spiderlings in the jungle. And I think Troll will be a good scaling carry as far as being able to man-fight an Abaddon, easily out-carry the likes of a Puck and a Death Prophet. StarLadder is also just, all those cores are not really as farms as you'd like them to be. Looking at the net worth, Troll and Brood are just miles ahead of everyone. Abaddon's got a Radiance queued up. That'll help him continue to farm a little bit, but it's going to come very, very late this game.
Yeah, it feels like if VGJ.Thunder, I guess that there's a couple different timings that they can maybe hit. Like can they get something done with this Aegis as far as objectives go? Or do they just try and farm?
They'd ideally find a team fight or push of some kind. They don't want to just farm. They farm slower. That's the problem.
Yeah.
You're not catching up while you farm. This farm discrepancy between the two teams is going to get bigger and bigger unless VGJ fight. That's what their Lamp's designed to do. They're much more mid-game focused with the Puck, Death Prophet as their two cores, and they're not looking for this game to be dragged out into a farm war.
Well, they place down a ward and go to the spot where people normally farm when they're on the Dire team, around those 3 jungles, but nothing there.
I even like that they show Silent mid. He doesn't need to smoke because he didn't have Exorcism. He does have a backup now, but they're trying to find these kills without the need for Death Prophet to be there. Even the Abaddon was showing bottom lane, so it was a little cheeky 3-man smoke unit trying to find a single kill with the Finger of Death, but no kill presents itself.
Yeah, OpTic doing a good job of sticking together there. VGJ.Thunder. They throw out a veil on the spiders, so now it's pink aura hitting around them. So freaking weird.
Yeah, the Spiderlings with effects on them.
Well, OpTic pushing through top. VGJ.Thunder could potentially find something on the retreat here if OpTic aren't careful.
See if Silo commits the Shadow Blade. It's a very unconventional pickup, but something he must feel is a way of surviving against the Brood. We saw the last fight, the Brood just sent his entire army after the Death Prophet, tunnel vision on the DP, and Silo just died. So Shadow Blade kind of the answer as far as getting away, but it's unconventional for a reason that, it's easily countered. Brood can just get a dust or a gem on the team. Coddle's a very likely gem buyer.
It's the invisibility, invincibility. It's happening. We're doing it. Pro Dota. Well, it's also going to be a Ags Puck in about 1,800 gold. Ooh. But likewise, right now, it's going to be a move into the jungle. Sylar Shadow Bladed, Echo Slam, but it's only onto the Brood. And 3-3 pops and BKB turns around. Is going to be able to take this fight if they want to. Fade has already used the Echo Slam. He didn't have the spiders on him. Look at that guy fall. No more webs, so they can't chase any further. So it looks like OpTic going to back out. Oh, Dream Coil finding Zai, CCNC there as well. There's the Hex, the stun, it's onto Zai, trying to run away. They are chasing forward for more though here, and Exorcism already out. It's actually being soaked up a good amount by these spiders, and Pycat turns, finds himself a Yang, is going to be the ulti popped. And we'll see if they decide to chase for more. They throw out another web, and it looks like the answer is yes. The Fissure to kind of get a little bit of isolation there. They run to the other side with the Broodmother. Not going to be able to find that kill. Aegis down, and now they focus down this DP. Just gone in an instant. Fade also trying to man up against PPD, but they've got him controlled. And 3-3 going to find that kill. Freeze says, I don't want to be here anymore. And, well, neither did Sylar, or rather Yang, because he didn't die as well.
Well, that's the fight VGJ are meant to and need to win. They have the surprise factor of the Shadow Blade. They used it as a scouting tool to give vision so that they could blink jump the Broodmother. They didn't chain stun it perfectly. She managed to get the BKB off and turn it around and buy some time and effectively wasted VGJ's initiation. The Echo Slam was used not to do any damage, but purely to be a setup stun for the rest of the team. And like with a Lion follow-up, they should have had more than enough Disable to chain stun that Brood, but they just somehow flubbed it. And the ending result is that OpTic win a convincing team fight and suddenly are threatening the high ground. Without X's, this could just be a lane of racks.
This is a huge problem right now. They're going to jump forward, but again, that pipe on Brood, all the regen in the world around them. The tower's starting to fall. They do kill off the spiders, but really, it's the big mama spider that you got to deal with. Yeah. And they've got the heals that can come from Zai as well if they want, but it looks like they're going to back out now. So VGJ hold on to their tower for now.
Yeah, they will not be taken out of the game here, but will be put on the back foot as they now fall 13,000 gold behind as OpTic's draft, just the faster farming lineup, really showcasing that with the Brood and the Troll here. Even heroes like Coddle are on par with the core heroes of Thunder. Ags plus 4 staff. They're just getting more out of the map. They're just farming more creeps. Hero kill-wise, very even game, but the creeps are just being eaten up by OpTic.
Oh, man, and Abba again caught. They're going to find the kill on the Courier, it looks like, as well. Blinding Light pushback with the mana leak. He's in trouble. Fade tries to turn this one. The Fissure is out, but that's going to be a dead Abba nonetheless as Sylar trying to run away. Looks like he will escape, but now they're down in Abaddon.
Yep. Big Spiderling army down bottom if they want to try and threaten the high ground with Abaddon dead.
Pipe out. They do burn through it, but the heal comes through afterwards from Coddle.
Perfect time, yeah.
And, well, VGJ struggling to come up with an answer. Another heal with the Coddle Blast. This is feeling so difficult to deal with.
Yeah. The cooldown with the Chakram, just constant illuminates coming in. 33 has a BKB. Will he get it off, though?
Well, again, he gets the heal there from Coddle. CCNC jumps forward. They don't end up going for the stun, but the jump in from Pycat. He has found himself Sylar. Exorcism is out, and Pycat doesn't really care. He's turning on a DUC, wants to get that Lion dead before his BKB runs out, and now running back to join up with the rest of his team. That's a pretty good Dream Coil there. Didn't catch CCNC in it. Yang gonna be controlled as well. Another Fissure comes out from Fade. They still have Exorcism going with this one. Blinding Light pushback as well. PPD looking like he is gonna snowball away. Does he get out? The heal is there again from Zai. Shards to try and get away, and a force stab to keep him alive.
Even PPD gets out?
This is insanity. And another mana leak. Yang has to stand still. Sylar gets the ghost back to him with the Shadow Blade, but they can't chase. They can't do anything.
That's just crazy. They got the full lane of racks bottom. They even almost got the melee racks in mid. That's down to half health. OpTic just playing with their food right now, it feels like, with how much they're kiting them around, healing up the Spiderlings that are getting nuked. That was with Exorcism and everything. Sylar, the Shadow Blade's not really being countered, it feels like. He was just invis and uses that the second he gets jumped to escape and do damage in Exorcism while he's invis, but doesn't really seem to matter because he's not doing anywhere near enough damage, and it's not really a problem that the Death Prophet can't be killed when she's not really doing a whole lot in these fights.
Yeah, I'd be interested to know like the number of the ghosts that have been hitting on spiders as well and stuff, you know? But nonetheless, it is going to be 27 minutes in, 19,000 net worth lead, and not really feeling like it's going to stop anytime soon. Again, Puck Ags a little bit later down the line could be something that's solid, but they got to win a team fight here, and it's a smoke up from OpTic as they're going to head forward. They have already found the DP, just gone. Can't Shadow Blade away from
double damage room on Pycat, blinks instantly on top. This will be full mid lane of racks.
God, look at the Spider's damage. The tier 4 is starting to fall. They don't want to play that much longer. There's 5 games potentially to play in this series, and it looks like game number 3 is going to go to VGJ.Thunder.
Great showing from OpTic, showing they know how to utilize this Brood, even when it gets focused down a bit and pseudo-counter. They didn't go all out with the counter picks, but they definitely, with the way they played it, the way they looked to constantly kill off the spiders, gank the mid lane, it created a ton of room for the rest of the OpTic draft to get farm on DK, to get farm on Troll. Even that Coddle just got massive in terms of items, and VGJ's draft just felt a bit lost as far as what they were trying to do with the picks they had at the end.
Well, and you know, so often people talked about VGJ.Thunder and Broodmother and this being like this evolving story. It felt like this time, and throughout the series and this event, they've had answers to it or banned it out. But 4th pick, I mean, is that something that you gotta maybe just draft around earlier or ban it out in the second phase?
They're banning it out early. We saw after game number 2, they first banned Visage. I expect at least a second stage ban on the Brood in this upcoming game. They are not going to want to get cheesed again. That's kind of how they look at that Brood.
No.
It's unfortunate that it went that way, but they had a pick left, and you know, Brood is on their mind. They've been brooded so many times; it's got to be on their mind. You can't forget about it again.
Yeah, burn me once. There's some expression that goes along that I can't remember it right now. But yeah, we're gonna end up going into game number 4 in just a little bit, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned. We're gonna hand it back to the panel first to see what they thought about that one.
At this rate, it looks like VGJ.Thunder might have their 3rd second place in the grand finals on their belt, but that's not where they want to be. We have OpTic taking the 3rd game here in the series. It is 2-1 grand finals here for the StarLadder ImbaTV Invitational Winter. You want to say something about Broodmother?
They're just losing to 33. Like first the Visage, then the Brood. They just have to ban out every single hero this guy plays, the gimmick heroes.
Just the gimmicky heroes in that 33. Yeah. What does VGJ.Thunder want to see him on?
They just want to play a normal game of Dota. That's what they want.
I don't think they're gonna get it at this rate. I mean, it was a crazy game. It was VGJ.Thunder frantically trying to find an answer to the Brood and not finding it.
They had an option for an answer during the draft phase, and for whatever reason they
went for Puck.
Yeah, and Puck, like any mid Brood spammer has played against nearly every single traditional mid. And so even if you think you have an edge, just because of the spells, a Broodmother will know how to beat it. Like Gods was saying, 33 was segregating his Spiderites and Spiderlings, making sure that they couldn't get nuked down. Puck thought he had the advantage. He was like, I know what I'll do. I won't go for phase shift.
He's one of the better Brood players. Yeah. I think what separates a normal Brood player and a great Brood player is how they micro the spiders. Like they have 2 sets of control groups, like you mentioned. You want to make sure that when they nuke you, you split them up so it doesn't die. Then you just kill them after because you regen so quickly. The itemization was great as well on the Brood, the pipe, the helm. I mean, just.
Those spiders look like every single spider looked like it had a heart whenever it was sitting inside Spinweb. You'd nuke it with one spell.
I remember the moment where the DP died there to the spiders and the
That was the debut. Oh. That was where he was just like...
That was like, oh, when you die like that, you're like, oh, what do I do? What do I do in the game?
You build Shadowblade, apparently. That's Sylar's answer.
Pycat had a great game as well on his troll.
No thanks to the Brood, but yeah.
Yeah, no, as a Broodmother, like, this is your job. He drew so much focus from everyone. Earthshaker was roaming to the mid lane. Lion was roaming to the mid lane. Obviously, your goal isn't to die, but even if you do, like, you want to crack an omelet, you want to crack an egg.
No, you want to make an omelet.
You want to make an omelet, you got to crack a few eggs.
I know it's late.
And so he went down a couple of times, and that's worth the sacrifice if your troll warlord is getting out of control.
And that's why I kept mentioning the Radiance on Abaddon. I felt like this game, they have to get a Radiance on Abaddon. He has to have a good time. He got thrown on offlane alone. He got bullied by Tusk and Troll because everybody's like, oh, we have a spider problem, guys. Let's
gotta help mid.
We have a spider problem. We need to kill the bug. We have to deal with this. And everyone else suffered as a result.
I mean, there's 4 people mid, basically. There were 4 people mid. 2 of them died. Troll is left by himself to do what he wants to.
And this is another example of why Earthshaker is not very useful against the Broodmother. Fade, again, had pretty solid Echo Slams.
Maybe later on in the game he would have been useful, but it just...
There will be no later in the game.
At some point,
the game ended 28 minutes.
Yeah, you mentioned. I asked what the expiry date and VGJ.Thunder's lineup was, and it was. Winter says, 30 minutes. They didn't even make it to that point.
I mean, unless the Abaddon is reached, that is like the only key if they were able to have a chance at winning the game. But he got sacked in the offlane.
And the greedy coddle worked out so well.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I would have said that it would have been maybe difficult for OpTic Gaming to end the game before 30 minutes, but they sieged that bot lane for like a solid 2-minute phase.
That was the fight where you feel so good as Brood. Oh, guys, I just tanked everything. I popped my pipe, I popped my ulti. Here we go. You just got Brood.
Yeah, it was a really rough game for VGJ.Thunder. I do feel like they got kind of caught out in the draft.
Don't worry, we will see a Brood ban in the second phase.
33 Huskard's gonna happen, I'm
they
sure.
Have to ban, okay, so no Visage,
no Brood. That means the tinier bounty hunter is gonna make it through?
Correct. Well, no, I don't think Brood is gonna be first phase banned.
Yeah, second phase. I think it'll be in the second phase. Oh, they have to find another summon hero. I mean,
this is valuable stuff for OpTic. This is what makes Liquid such an intimidating team. It's like every game you just have to ban IO. It doesn't matter who you are, you just have to do it. And against Thunder, OpTic Gaming have been consistently banning Omni Knight. Every single game, every single team has been always banning Omni Knight. So when you get this level of respect on heroes, it makes drafting so much easier.
Gosh, this guy is going to be one of the most sought after players after TI. He is so damn good with all these like weird heroes. If the meta stays the same, he's not so impressive with the normal offlane heroes. He has like some maybe subpar games, maybe apart from Sand King, but he does play all these kind of like gimmick heroes so well. It's just like so fun to watch. Like he's enjoying himself, smiling when he's playing. I mean,
his team enjoys him when he plays like that as well.
Yeah, just destroying the enemy.
I enjoy it because I'm a Brood player and I vicariously enjoy seeing all this happen. It's kind of like the techies thing, whenever people like, you hate playing against techies, but you love watching other techies in a spectating environment.
But can we just say, this was a drafting issue for VGJ.Thunder, right?
Yes.
And now draft is an easy one to just put behind them and move forward?
No, not easy, because they have gotten a spider problem since like months ago.
I mean, they do have they lose against it.
I'm sure if you
check
the stats, they are the team that played against Broodmother the most, because they always didn't ban it for some reason.
RTK just is not afraid of spiders.
Well, he better
be. He's lost. I think he's lost every game against the spider. I don't know, man.
I'm gonna imagine that's gonna be banned for the next game, surely.
Second phase.
Second
phase
ban?
Yeah.
Brood regardless?
Yeah, regardless.
Regardless,
no
alright.
No way.
If they were willing to reflex first ban Visage, that means they're willing to reflex second phase Broodmother, I think. Because I don't think ROTK is going to be like, I don't want to, if it's taken me this many months to deal with it against VP and whatnot, then clearly I have not found the solution, not going to even worry about it in what will possibly be my elimination game.
Yeah, it might just be. We have at least one more game to go. Before we head into that fourth game, though, we are going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.